Team news, starting with Coventry, who have made just the 2 changes to the starting lineup from the round 4 bonus point win at Nottingham. Both of those come in the back line, and with Rob Stevenson injured, James Martin comes onto the wing for his first start of the season. Joe Snow missed the trip to Lady Bay with injury and returns at scrum half. Up front, the Cov coaches have stayed with a sizable back row of Senetiki Nyalo, Adam Peters and Ryan Burrows, but their strength, pace and mobility all had big impacts against Nottingham, with Nyalo scoring twice and Burrows setting up James Martin's match-clinching try. Jordan Poole scored on his debut at Nottingham, continuing the record of a Coventry hooker crossing for a try in every game so far this season. And for today's visitors now, head coach Paul Turner makes one change in the backs, with Swiss international Jeremy Toa replacing Jared Sage at inside centre alongside Scarlet's loanee Joey Roberts. Louis Grimaldi and Matt Marsh look to build in-game chemistry following the win over Nottingham at halfback 2 weeks ago. Turner's hand is forced in the pack with a 3-game suspension of loosehead James Flynn. Jamie Jack starts his first championship game for Ampthill alongside Dave Ward and Sam Wainwright in the front row. And then let's have a quick look at the bench for Coventry. 4 potential debutants on the bench, which has an average age of 21 3/4. Tom Doughty and Will Butt arrived from Bath on dual registration earlier this week, with Development Academy teenagers Tom Ball and Evan Mitchell having impressed in pre-season and in training. We'll talk to Sam a bit about that later on during the day. In stark contrast for Ampthill, 42-year-old Aleki Latui has more caps for Tonga than the entire Cov bench has in terms of first team appearances, let alone with his experience with Worcester and Gloucester, to name just 2 of his other teams. Marsh sets up for the box kick. James Martin prepares to catch, and catch he does. Finds Brown on the inside. The fullback just gets held up in the tackle, but it gives Cov enough time to come back. Cam Jordan had some. He's been outside. Yeah, he's been a good ball runner so far, and that's another powerful carry there. Bolton finds Fenner, and he puts some pace on it. Straight through the gap goes the veteran Fenner. It's got Joe Snow with him, but so are the Ampthill defenders. Tiki Nyalo's the first person there. Great hands given the slippy ball conditions. On flows to Luke Janot. Powers into Charlie Beckett, does the prop. Nyalo in there again. He's been one of the standout players already. And it comes out to Adam Peters, and Cov are over for the try in the corner. What a fantastic score, all set up by Tony Fenner's break on the halfway line. He just seemed to have like a metre or 2 to make the most of, and make the most of it he did, and Adam Peters is over to get the scoring up and running for the hosts.
Yeah, great dummy by Fenner. You know, like I said, they spotted the space was outside, and the defenders have realised that they're starting to slide off, and he's sold them the dummy and gone straight through. And great support by Snowy there as well. You know, the 9 having to go into the ruck and clean that up for Tiki to pick it up, and great speed of the Cov players to recognise the space on the outside and get it there.
Peters goes right around the fringe, makes a couple of metres. Snow goes to the right to Burrows, the powerful runner. Unmistakable red scrum cap, his trademark. And a yellow card coming.
Yeah, Coventry in a great position there. They were building up the pressure, building up the pace, and then you know, led to a couple of penalties, back-to-back penalties, and the refs had enough.
It's going to be a quieter place in the field for the next 10 minutes because Dave Ward is heading to the naughty step. So we could clearly hear Steve Harding say that there were 3 penalties conceded in quick succession. Cam Jordan goes for the line.
That looked over to me.
Is he over? Yes, he is. And that is 2 tries for Coventry, both scored by forwards, both scored by players in scrum caps. And this time it's Cam Jordan who has dived over from close range and made properly punished Ward's indiscretion straight away.
Ampthill will be frustrated with that, you know, switching off a penalty on your 5-yard. You shouldn't be letting at least the first guy getting in there. But very good from Cam, quick thinking, caught them on the hoof, and great to get under in the try.
And again, from the frustrating perspective, from a spectator's point of view, is that Ampthill could possibly have had a penalty try by now. And Marsh comes off the back, and it goes to Toa at inside centre. Bursis goes for the line, held short though by Cov. Ampthill are going, inching their way closer. Steve Harding's having a really close look at this. Ampthill come around the fringe again. And they've scored. Finally the pressure has paid off from an Ampthill perspective. That's caught cleanly by Charlie Beckett. And Ampthill, yeah, they're keep sticking it up the jumper. It paid dividends eventually in the first half. And Ward breaks off the back on his own. Wrapped up by Burrows and the Nialo. Fenner this time makes the tackle. Ampthill going through the phases. Charlie Beckett tries to Llewellyn Jones, who caught the line out. I should be better with telling those two apart, because one's bald and one isn't. Anyway, that's now Ampthill have got an advantage again.
Tom being offside there.
Grimolby aims to go wide. Jeremy Tower.
Looked like his foot might have been at the back there.
We'll have a check on that one on replay, because that was right in front of one of the cameras, so all being well, that's been caught. But that's a finish by Jeremy Tower. So the defenders ran out on the Coventry right.
Keep your eye on his toe now. I think it was down. I'm not sure, but I think it was down.
That is a great finish that he's got away with that, because he's gone sliding feet first and then got his feet up and over the dead ball line. And Grimolby, his chip over the top. I mean, Grimolby's really played such a crucial part in that score, both with the kick that put Ampthill well into the Cov 22, and then with the dink over the top while playing with advantage.
Yeah, very well executed by the Ampthill backs there, and must be frustrating, well, very frustrating from a Cov point of view, to give another penalty away and field position.
But Ampthill, you know, they've got 1,200 playing members, and you know, it's such a massive club, and we'll talk about this a little bit more, I think.
It's definitely inside, disrupting.
Play goes on, he's come out, and there's not an advantage just yet for Cov. But the play's gone inexorably forward over, and they're over.
Yeah. I think it was Tiki fighting at the end there.
The maul engaged at the front from your guys.
It was.
You guys form the maul first, you can't then come
Tiki Nialo scored twice last week, the first of which was a sneak through the middle of the maul, which was 20 metres out. This time, same thing happens. I'm sure by the end of the night, it'll still be 20 metres out. But he's just broken off the back, almost snuck his way through. And he has not even almost snuck his way through. He has snuck his way through, but then has got the power as well as the pace to be able to finish that off. Ampthill are keeping it tight when they've got men over on their right. Latui, he's not going to give it to anybody.
No, he's got in there. You've got into the ruck.
Bursis finds Johnson.
Backwards.
This is going to go one of two ways now. Either Ampthill are going to, this disjointed thing is going to work. But Brown, here he comes. Cov have got men over on the right. They're playing from the 22. Here comes Forsyth. Got Fenner outside him. Great time on the pass. Fenner finds Butt inside. Here comes Josh Barton, and it's an end-to-end score from Coventry.
Brilliant.
That's the bonus point. There's 7.5 minutes to play, and just like that, from a hit and a turnover deep in their 22, Cov have gone 70 metres for one of the scores of the season.
Brilliant turnover, great reactions, great work by the backs to be ready to go when the ball's turned over, and then they're off to the races executing.
That's Louis Brown inside the 22. There were men, plenty of men over, and he's seen them. And then it's really patient work there from Cov. Josh Hallett being forced to make a decision. Forsyth does the same thing, forces the decision. Fenner forces the decision. And then Butt, again patient, lines up Tom Hudson, makes him step inside, makes him commit, and then Josh Barton is there. That is attacking 101.
It is, it's brilliant. Fantastic work by the backs. Brilliant work by the forwards as well to keep putting that pressure on, chasing, line speed, pressuring the breakdown. We get that turnover, the backs are let loose, and we score the try. It's pitch perfect.
Sid Blackmore is feeling the after effects of the hit, of the tackle, and Tony Fenner increases the score, and that's absolutely crucial now for Cov to go into a double-digit lead with around about 6, maybe 7 minutes to play. It's 74 minutes on the clock, but that's unofficial.
4 tries as well, but massively important.